was telling somebody earlier today, I was like, looking at hip hop, and I'm gonna make it quick.
Good.
But I was like, two of the biggest songs over the last 4 years, Not Like Us by Kendrick, and then Rich Flex by Drake and 21 Savage. They got an Arkansas connection.
What's up, everybody? Back with another episode on No Parameters Podcast. Today I have a special guest, Osiris Bali, yes, from Little Rock, Arkansas, and we are in a monumental, historic building today. We are in the Sue Calvin Williams Library in the Dunbar District, and this is a great place to be today. Great place to be.
Yeah.
And it's Black History Month. I love it. And we have Mr. Osiris Bali. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are?
Already, like you mentioned, my name is Osiris Bali. I would just say I'm an artist, activist in the community, cultural worker, youth advocate, and just somebody that's just proud and committed to be here from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay, perfect. And you are a part of the school district board, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So
How's that?
it's cool, man. This year's my second, this is my first full term, but my second term as the director for Zone 2 for the Little Rock School District, which is basically where I'm from, my area, Southwest Little Rock. And it's cool, it's a blessing. I always tell people that when they ask me about it, that I just like the fact that I get to represent the people, the youth, the teachers, the faculty, and be a voice for them and always speak in their best interest, and just be somebody that's just real and authentic and can't be bought. So yeah, it's definitely an honor and a privilege, but I take what I do very seriously because we help to build our future and save our public schools here in Arkansas. So I'm proud to be a part of that moment. You know?
Okay, yeah. And I came to Little Rock School District board meeting that you guys had today. And I saw that you was really advocating for the kids, the school buses with the lights, with the polar, not the solar lighting or something like that.
Yeah. So I guess it's 2026, so I'll probably say maybe around like 2023 or 2024, the school district was really in a position to like what they was going to do with their contract with basically the utility companies, and the school district needed to save some money, and so the students actually took initiative and helped come up with a plan for the district to go partially green or be more eco-friendly. And they came, they had a whole presentation, they put together that whole deal, and the district actually bought into using solar panels so they would bring down the cost of utilities in the district, but also, just promote more environmental friendly ways to have energy. And so I really always want to wrap my mind when our youth take up the time and make sure to make the initiative to do something positive for our school district that they don't forget and to be held accountable. And so I just want to make sure that don't forget the work that these youth put in for us to go green in the district. And let's make sure we always use that as an opportunity to save money, but also preserve the environment as well too. So I'm always big on that, and I'm always big on making sure the youth got transportation and access to transportation. So I frequently speak up about making sure that our kids got buses and making sure we add additional stops, making sure that nobody is walking and everybody staying safe, because it's just it's a heightened awareness now to make sure our youth are safe and that we don't leave anybody out that needs access to transportation, whether it's to school, home, or to after school care programs or wherever the caretakers are.
Yeah, but that's dope. Like, that's really dope. dope. Cause when I heard that, I was like, wow, the kids came up with that. That was dope.
Yeah, there was some students from Central High School that did that and put in their work with some other students along with them. But yeah, definitely Central High students led that effort.
Okay, so did you ask them to take that project on, or did they come to you? Like, how did that process work?
I was not involved in none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was something they was passionate about. They had a group at their school where they wanted to work on different issues as youth for the school district and to show other students that they could be leaders as well. And so I knew their, I guess their sponsor or their mentor, and he told me about it. And then once I heard about it, I watched the presentation. And then afterwards, I got some of the students to come to one of my events for Youth Day, and they talked about it there. And so I was not involved in none of the planning and none of the research efforts. And I was just basically a supporter from behind the scenes, but I just did not want their work to be forgotten. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just a supporter. I ain't had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it seems like you are very connected in Little Rock. With you being connected, how do you differentiate between something that you would take on or something that you wouldn't take on, like what you would get involved in?
I would just say for me, it's really about, I say, being like more of a connector and building relationships with people. I choose what I do based off my interests and my strengths. I don't really believe in, speaking on things or taking on things that I have no knowledge of or very little information on. My thing is, I would rather put somebody in that position that knows all about that type of stuff and just support whatever I can, whether it be resources, whether it be promotion or funding. That's what my focus is. And so, like, my thing is, I'm really big on youth. I'm really big on the arts. I'm big on history. I'm big on policy. And so those are really like my major priorities and buckets that I work under. Everything else that I have interest with, I just got a great group of friends and ecosystem, a real good social change ecosystem of friends who have their own strengths. And I don't get in that lane, you know what I'm saying? I make sure that if anything, I big them up and I empower them to keep on doing what they're doing. And so if I'm interested in something, I'll just support it or provide whatever type of avenues I can. But if it's something that I can do personally, that I'm passionate about, I'll take the lead on that. But I always love to include the people in the community, the youth, the artists, everybody that's doing good, positive work, making sure it's an all-inclusive effort so we can all take ownership in the ideas and the projects and the campaigns.
Yeah, so I remember the first time that I saw you was at the Dundalk in the Divine. They were having a rehearsal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And they were playing a song, and I'm like, dang, like it was that Keys song you got.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, this look hard. Who is this? And then you was sitting in the corner. I was like, and I looked it up. I was like, oh, that's his song. Okay.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I know that you are big in your artistry and everything. How did you get involved in your artistry, and what inspired you to write your music?
So how I got involved was really by accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a group of friends, and they still my friends. You know what I'm saying? That was mainly just interested in going out partying and going to the clubs, which is cool. I love to do those things as well too. But I just wanted something else to do on the weekend besides do the same thing over and over again. And so I just basically started driving one night, and I found an open mic. Just by driving around looking for something interesting, paying attention to who was on the streets. From there, I became a regular performer at the open mics, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna spend my Fridays doing this. And then after that happened, I started like hosting open mics because people didn't know where they were at, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start helping people get to these open mics, put people on, paying them to perform things of that nature. And so once that happened, that's when I started like really taking my music serious and just going to record and perform. And in between all of that, I was a poet and just a recording artist. And so I toured, I did poetry slams, I did everything just to kind of get my feet wet. And it became less of a hobby and more of like a part-time thing, because at one point I was literally living as a full-time artist. And you know what I'm saying, I learned a lot of the business from that because I was just dependent on me in the art form to pay my bills. And so now I'm more somebody that's like a mentor to other artists or just work with artist development, because me being on the road and me getting to tour and open up for a lot of different artists and make a lot of business connections and talk to and work with labels, I feel like I could provide like a bunch of resources and knowledge and just gain without being predatory and giving people opportunity, you know what I'm saying, like see their mistakes, see their successes, and then just working with them as a community partner to push the arts and the art scene here in Arkansas. But that's what I love to do. That's how I got started, and now I just look at myself as that role as like an advisor, but I still perform as well too. So.
I think that leads perfect into my next point. Is like I know Don Doc and Divine, they give a lot of credit to you and their just their journey, you know. And so, how important is it to you to create platforms for all artists, not just Don Doc and Divine, but just all the artists that you work with and mentor, etc.?
Man, it's so important because I gotta explain to people all the time. It's like, you know, a lot of people talk about life and talking about like the negative things that happen in our life and the things that we're facing politically, you know, as people, and oppression and things like that. And so we always in this fight to like help save people and to build up people. But I look at it like, what we saving them for? They have to be able to enjoy different parts of life, and we're saving them partially because we need the people to see hope, and we create hope through art. And so I love to create those platforms because I think that you know, we are helping to build the artistic future for the next generation. And you know what I'm saying, like every generation has their greats, but somebody has to, you know, pass the baton, somebody got to carry the torch. And so I think it's important that every artist, every generation, every scene should have their own platform. And it's important for the people that's older, the people that's experienced, to pass the information. And also people have a platform, because I tell people all the time, if you don't like something currently going on with this new generation when it comes to creativity and arts, you're not really listening and paying attention.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people, for instance, Kendrick Lamar could have fit perfectly into the black spoken word movement era that the last poets and Gil Scott Heron was in, because the mental mind frame. And so same way with like native tongues, and you know what I'm saying, now I look at rappers like Jid, and I see like, man, they could have been successful in any era, because their music just translate for the people regardless of generations, regardless of ages and backgrounds. And so, man, we really just giving consent to build our artistic future and making sure that people understand the importance of that, because that's what we're living for. We're living for the opportunity to enjoy life, and art is a part of enjoying life.
To switch gears a little bit, what advice, because you mentioned that you are into activism, what advice would you give to students who are interested in that as well?
I would just say, find a cause that you're like passionate about, that you're really into, and just be intentional about always advocating and protesting for that cause, and do it in whichever way you can. If you're an artist, use your art to push your message, a message of positivity, a message for hope, and a message for change. If you're into law, it's the same way. You can fight for people through your skill as an attorney. If it's food, culinary arts. People always, people get inspired by good food and use your food to make a difference in the world. But just find your lane and find your interest and then focus on that, because I feel like everybody has a role when we come to doing things for our movement and building the movement. And so you can always have fun, man, there's gonna be plenty of time for that, but make sure you're doing something productive so where you are actually pouring back into your community and being an asset. And everybody can do that regardless of age. I just say it just takes to understand knowing your role and your position and things. And so be positive, and you know, I said you can be positive and entertain and make a difference. So.
Yeah, I love that. And I think this is just a breath of fresh air to our generation, to have somebody like you in the community and doing so many different things. You know, you're in so many different lanes, activism, in the school districts, and you're in artistry. Like, I just think that's really inspiring, you know, as a younger person, but I really appreciate that.
I appreciate y'all too, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell youth all the time, man, just take the time to diversify your interests. You never know which one gonna be the one that builds your career and take you to that level of success you wanna reach. So just diversify what you're interested in, and then just stay adamant about pursuing your goals, you know.
Mm-hmm. And I got one more question for you.
Already?
One more. So as a person who cares about history, okay, and literacy as well.
Right.
So why is it important to further the knowledge to an artist or just an activist as well?
It's so important right now because they're trying to erase history. And if you don't know your own personal history and know about your culture, man, you'll fall for anything. And you know what I'm saying? And so like I always been major on history because when I was a kid, I used to come to this library. I used to go to school at Dunbar, school at Gibbs, all in the same neighborhood. And so it wasn't real to me unless I seen somebody that looked like me doing it. And so I didn't believe that I could be an artist until I learned about the black artists and seeing the level of success they had. I didn't believe that somebody could be a leader in the community until I saw somebody look like me. When I say look like me, I'm talking about specifically black people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I needed to see the history of the Little Rock Nine to see that children could make a difference. And so it's important that we talk about history because they're trying to erase it. They're attacking all efforts to promote African American history, and people need to understand the importance of having that knowledge of self. When you have that knowledge of self, the possibilities seem limitless. You know what I'm saying? There's unlimited possibilities for you. I was telling somebody earlier today, I was like, looking at hip hop, and I'm gonna make it quick.
No, good.
But I was like, two of the biggest songs over the last 4 years, Not Like Us by Kendrick, and then Rich Flex by Drake and 21 Savage. They got an Arkansas connection to black artists. Both of them were sampled by black Arkansas musicians. Rich Flex, rest in peace to Lee Anthony, the founder of True Soul Records and the owner of Soul Brothers Record Shop. He produced a song called I Love You by a group named Sugar out of Little Rock, Arkansas in 1973 that was sampled by 21 Savage and Drake, two of the biggest hip hop artists in the world. Same thing with Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. And it was sampled by him, but the sample was taken from a jazz musician named Monk Higgins off an album called MacArthur Park, which is right over there off 9th Street in Little Rock.
Right.
Monk Higgins is from Menifee, Arkansas. The song he covered was called I Believe in My Soul. It was a Ray Charles cover. That's the horn that you hear in the beginning of the day, Not Like Us, a jazz musician. So we got Arkansas history that is black history on the international level in the entertainment industry. And those songs would not have happened if like black artists from Arkansas didn't put in that work in 1968 and 1973. But it's important for the youth to know that too, because it's like, look, this is a part of where you're from. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, if you don't think you can reach that level of success, look at what somebody did that's in your past that come from your hood, your streets, your background, the level of success that it takes. You know what I'm saying? So we international Black history here in Arkansas, and if you've got to learn their history to know that they can make just as big as an impact when they become artists or whatever career they decide to go into.
Yeah, I love that. And I know like a lot of people probably don't even know that about this library and the history behind it.
I tell anybody that wants to know anything about what's going on in the Dunbar area, tap in with the Dunbar Historic Neighborhood Association. They got all the history about all the Black people that were prominent and leaders in their community, and it's all in this little area, all in this district, and you know what I'm saying, made a difference in a major way on the world when it comes to civil rights, arts, education, all different avenues and aspects, man. And it came from this neighborhood, so yeah, most definitely.
How did they get in contact with the Dunbar?
Just go online, Google Dunbar Historic Neighborhood Association, go to the website, go to their Facebook page, tap in because they do events. They do the Dunbar Community Festival. They do different things around town. They put markers in front of the people's houses where they used to live at so they can preserve those houses. Because a lot of times our historical landmarks get torn down or forgotten. And so yeah, you just tap in online and you can support by donating, or you can just join and be a part of it. I served on the board for 3 or 4 years, and that's how I learned a lot about it too. But I'm from this area as well. I grew up in this area. So
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. So, do you have any social medias where anybody can find you, locate you, Instagram, Facebook?
all of that.
Where can they find you?
Man, it's real simple. Just check me out on Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Instagram, TikTok, all social media platforms by my name, Osiris Bali, OSYRUSBOLLY. Hit me up, reach out to me, I'd love to connect with y'all.
Well, thank you all for joining us today with this great conversation with Osiris Bali. We'll get you back on Sunday, the Lord's Day. Do you hear me?